Alright, if you're not tired of this background yet, then you're doing good. It's not going to be like this every single time, but I just have so many videos to cram into one day before I forget, because I do have pregnant brain, and that's no joke. I thought that was a lie, but it's not. It's totally real. It's all about your hormones. But anyway, so how to deal with morning sickness. I again have my notey notes here to help me ease into this and to get all the points across before you guys die of boredom in the video. Okay, so I know that I'm 27 weeks now, and maybe forever ago it was my first trimester, but truly I remember it very, very well, and I also have a couple tips. Now, some of these tips may not work for you as an individual, and it may not work for everyone, but for general consensus, it will work, because the body is the body. The human anatomy is not going to change just because your name is Jane, okay, and my name is Hannah. It's all going to be very similar. Now, some of these things you're going to have to sift through and figure out what works for you and what doesn't, but this is what I found that worked for me the best. Ginger ale, okay, you can get the Canada Dry ginger ale, and it worked me miracles, okay. I kept a bottle of ginger ale and a box of saltines on my bed, and my little slogan was, eat before your feet hit the floor. So if I would, and it didn't work every morning, but every morning except for one that I remember in particular, it completely worked. Now, what you would do, what I did is, you open your bottle of ginger ale in the morning, okay, like when you first open your eyes and you're feeling okay still, if you have morning sickness, okay, like morning sickness, which I did. In the very beginning of my pregnancy, I was told that I had candida, and that was why my body was doing all sorts of crazy things, which was, yes, true. I did have candida. Because of my occupation. I was a bartender at the time, and so you get off work at like 4 a.m. and what do you go eat at 4 a.m. when you're done, you know, slinging? You go eat something like Whataburger or something that is open 24/7, and oftentimes it is really horrible fast food that's very yeasty and very very bad for you. So I had candida. And also drinking copious amounts of liquor and the sweetened things, because for some reason every man in the world thinks that girls like these sweet little buttery nipple shots and everything that has all sorts of sugar in it. And as a bartender, you're not just going to say, no. You're going to say, sure, I'll take that shot because I want an extra tip, and also I want to make my bar money. So that's what you do as a bartender. You say, yep, I will take it, and then you drink it, and you're done. And then you get drunk, and you're doing shit. So anyway, that being said, I thought I had candida. I did. I was taking medicine for it. Well, the medicine made me even more ill than I could possibly imagine, so my morning sickness was even worse. But it was all day long. I felt so ill and gross, and had I known earlier, before I took my magic stick pregnancy test, I would have been a little bit more adamant during the daytime. So after I found out that I was pregnant, I started taking precautions as to making sure that I stayed hydrated and was not, because I know a lot of women, they get dehydrated because they have such bad morning sickness, and they get dehydrated, they have to go to the hospital, and then they have to get an IV, and nobody wants that. You don't want to go to the hospital. So, ginger ale and saltines, stay away from foul smells, okay? It is possible to do it. For instance, cigarette smoke. Cigarette smoke, and I was a smoker. Cigarette smoke really irritated me, and smoking a cigarette before I found out I was pregnant, smoking a cigarette would trigger throw up. And it was awful, and I was just like, it was gross. So, staying away from stuff like that's also really good. Also, no acidic drinks, no orange juice. I couldn't drink orange juice. I couldn't drink, and that's my favorite drink. I love orange juice. So, staying away from acidic drinks that make your stomach go blah, 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 blah. That'll help you. Also, later on, You're going to have hormone surges like I definitely did, and if you are pregnant with twins, your morning sickness could be even worse. I know that my cousin, when she was pregnant with her set of twins, the fraternal twins, Bailey and Lizzie, she just all day long was sick. I mean, it didn't matter if you were wearing something horrible smelling or something great smelling, she would throw up from it. So there are some times you just can't get away from it, but eat. Eat saltines, eat some sort of very, very bland something that has no real chemical substance to it, and you may have to eat like that for a while. Also, eating like a rabbit really helped me. I ate a lot of carrots and salads and stuff like that, lots of green foods, so that my body had nutrients, but that was because of the candida, and it's totally saved me from not being able to eat anything. So I ate like a rabbit. Anyway. Also, know when you're going to barf. I figured out that because you're going to become accustomed to what it feels like before you barf. Some people have this watery jowls, and I had that too. Some people like have this strange headache that they'll get before they throw up. Some people have the stomach feeling where it feels like it's literally rising inside of you. Some people feel like they have a rock in their stomach, which is how I felt. I felt the watery jowls, but that was right before I threw up. And before I threw up, right before, I would feel like I literally it felt like my stomach was solid, and I could feel it inside. And if you have that feeling too, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But that's how I felt. And it went through all the way through my second trimester. It got less and less, but it came as hormone surges. Whenever my body would have this huge surge of hormones, which is completely normal for pregnancy, any kind of pregnancy, you have these hormone surges, and they will trigger certain things. Some days you eat a bowl of cereal, and then all of a sudden that is the worst thing in the world, and you puke it all up, and boom. But you don't puke for the rest of the day. That just happens. I mean, there were times that I literally would get done eating dinner, and then I would have second dinner, and then I would throw that up. And I don't even know, because I felt okay during the beginning of the day. But anyway, so those are hormone surges, and so you're going to probably be having those forever as throughout your pregnancy. And the last thing that I have written down is scope out bathrooms. If you are still working during your first trimester and you are traveling or you have to go places, the best thing that you can possibly know how to do is figure out where to stop and puke. That's the best I guess I could do. Scope out bathrooms. You know, if you go out to eat and you're still in your first trimester and you're still going through the sickness stuff, make sure you know where the bathroom is so that you don't have to say, "Where's the bathroom?" You know, it's all in preparation for these things. Anyway, alright, so I hope that helped people. Anything with ginger in it, if you read anything about pregnancy books or if you have a doctor already, then they're going to tell you that eating things with ginger in it, a ginger pill, ginger snaps, a ginger ale, anything like that is going to help you, and it helped me immensely. It was the one thing other than water that I could drink. So, yeah. Alright, well, see you later.